This Tanko mobile video is sponsored by HipChat.
Hey there, it's Tankerl, and this here, yes, I know you know what it is the HTC One M9. Let's do some comparisons with some other phones, shall we? So first, of course, let's compare it with the M7 and the M8. So here's the M7. This is from a couple of years ago. This is actually a Google Play edition. And here I have the M8, which is last year's HTC One. And so this one is the kind of dark gray edition. I like the silver ones better, but you can see if I actually swap those two, you can see the evolution in design. So we've gone from this really kind of more squarish design to a very round design to a very more proportioned design. I honestly think the M9 looks the best here, and kudos for HTC for getting this right. The M8 was too tall and too narrow in my opinion. This is perfectly proportioned, just like the M7. Feels better in hand, just like the M7. Let's flick them all over, all three of them, so you can see what it looks like in the back. Definitely more emphasis on the camera pod, more a look at me, I've got a cool camera, which is sadly not the case. And you can see it here. Again, this looks a lot more like the M7 and I really like it for it. So let's stack them up real quick so we can see what the thickness looks like. They're thicker, so each generation is a little thicker. The M7's thinnest, the M8's a little thicker, and then the M9's a little thicker, but you don't really feel that when you see it in hand. You can see how the M9 is not quite as tall as the M8, but you can definitely see the difference in the edge design here. Much more like the M7. So, great stuff. Now, let's compare this to a couple of other phones that I have here. The first one is the iPhone 6. Why would I compare it to the iPhone 6? Because, well, they're very similar. They're both kind of flagship devices in their own way, but they both don't have OIS. Yet, the iPhone 6 just knows how to take pictures properly for whatever reason. So, 5-inch screen, 4.7-inch screen. There's quite a difference in thickness here on these two, you'll see. It's what they look like in the back. And if I'm stacking them together, you'll see that, yeah, it's no contest here. Look at how thin the iPhone is. Look at my finger down here. It gives you the thickness level on this HTC One M9. If I do this, you'll see it even more obvious, the thickness difference. And then I've got a couple of others here for you. I've got the Galaxy S5, soon to be replaced by the GS6. So this is kind of an unfair comparison because, well, the S6 is coming. But I don't have one yet. This is plastic all over the place and 5.1-inch 1080p versus 5-inch 1080p. Of course, you got the beautiful AMOLED here. Quite the nice screen for sure, but you know, everything else about the GS5 is pretty meh. Even the camera, to be honest with you. In fact, there's a lot of parallels between the camera. This is a high megapixel count, 16 I believe, but without OIS, just like the HTC One M9, and it performs okay, but it's nothing groundbreaking. So there you have it, looking at them from the back, and then if I stack them together, a sea of plastic versus gorgeous silver and gold metal right here. And now, for the last comparisons, I wanted to do the Nexus 6, but obviously it's kind of big. So I decided let's do the Moto X instead. That gives you an idea for another really beautifully designed phone. So there we have it. The Moto X with its 5.2-inch 1080p OLED display. Again, that OLED pops, right? But this is what they look like. And yeah, nothing too much to complain about here. You see the Moto X is a pretty wide phone. It's one of the big complaints people have about it. So, flipping them over, they look like this. The camera, again, it's the same story here. A very meh camera on the Moto X. No OIS. It's been improved a bit since last year, but doesn't really do it. So, thickness, and that's it. About the same, really. Same kind of design where the edges are narrower and the back is thicker, and it feels really good in hand because of it. So yeah, this is the HTC One M9. I know it's a long review, but I'm glad you watched through the whole thing because I had a lot to say. And so stay tuned for more reviews. Like this review, tune in to my YouTube channel. Find me on Twitter, I'm TNKGRL. My blog is tankgirl.com, tnkgrl.com. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Cheers.